you, show. I'm Rachel.
You want to try that again?
Welcome back to Perspective Z, your favorite generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katrina.
And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today, like technical difficulties, because it is not a recording if we do not have some technical difficulties setting it up.
True.
As many of you have heard me complain, I updated my MacBook, so then we couldn't record on Audacity, or I can't record on Audacity anymore, because it won't open on my computer. So I have to use Adobe Audition, which is fine. But it decided not to work and give me the rainbow spinny wheel of death.
Oh no.
Yeah, big sad, big sad.
Big sad.
But while I was waiting for my computer to restart and everything, I added a new Google Home command. So when I say start the holidays, I have to spread it out or it'll actually do it. It'll start playing Christmas music, which is fantastic. How are you, Katrina?
I'm doing all right. It's been a week, but the week's over, so hopefully next week's better, because this week was a little stressful, but next week probably won't be any less stressful, because we're 1 week closer to finals, and then it's finals, and then
Was this not like a super long week for you? Because
yeah,
it was a month for me.
Yeah, this week was so long, and it was so frustrating because I had so much to do, and I was like, I just want this week to be over so I can sleep, because
Same.
There was
literally same.
I think it was Wednesday where I didn't go to sleep until 1 a.m. because I was working on
that
so
is not
much homework.
healthy, my child.
I know it isn't healthy, and I was super stressed out because I had a test the next day and a homework quiz where I had to have all my homework assignments, and then there are select problems that are on the quiz thing. And so and I didn't even get all my work done on time. So I could only do half of the problems on the homework quiz, and I got the same score on my quiz as I did on my physics test. So I guess 70 is my favorite number this week. Anyways.
So, at my school, we are on a 4-point grading scale. I don't remember what it's called. Standards-based grading. And they cannot dock us for late assignments, which has actually significantly reduced my stress, but also increased it, because I have little to no motivation to do anything.
Oh, me too.
Because, I can turn in things as late as I want, and they can't dock me points. Which, me being a responsible student, it hasn't been the worst thing in the world, but there are a lot of not-so-responsible students that are,
me.
week 1 stuff they still haven't turned in.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which is a big oof. Yeah, and then you're starting to, stress about finals and everything. See, I don't have finals until the week after winter break, which you would think, that's nice, you don't have to worry about finals. No, it's awful, because then you're stressing about your finals all of winter break. And my winter break, I will be in Florida! I do not want to be thinking about my finals!
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have my finals, right after, because that's so much stress, and the holidays is supposed to be it's technically not, because shopping and everything, but it's supposed to be a more, relaxed time.
Right.
And, focusing on the people that you love, and, family, friends, all that, and then, it's nope, you have to stress with finals still, and it's nope. See, that's the only reason why I'm glad that I have finals before break, but that also means dead week for college students, and dead weeks for the people that have multiple weeks between Thanksgiving and holiday break.
It's college class I'm taking online right now, it's our final week, and I'm supposed to do a cultural encounter, and I was supposed to do it over the course of semester. I have to write a paper about it. Guess what I haven't started and is due Sunday at midnight?
I am so proud of you, Rachel.
Thank you. I plan on doing it tomorrow, which is Sunday, which is the day it's due. Both the encounter and the paper. Why do you think I wanted to get this recording done?
Understandable.
Right? Speaking of holidays, we had Thanksgiving between last time we recorded and now. Right?
Yeah, we did.
Yay. Oh, I hate that I just did that. I've been doing it more. I've been yeeing.
You've been yeeing?
I've been yeeing.
You've been embracing your inner Gen Z. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was all right. When I'm around my family, specifically the younger family, I'm put in charge of all the little ones.
Yeah.
So I basically nannied for 3 days. It was not relaxing. There was a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 10, almost 11-year-old.
Fun.
I love my cousins. They're the best. But, small increments.
Felt that.
I did get, my cousin who is, I'll have to bleep out this, 'cause apparently they're going to start listening, but I got my cousin who's 8-year-old for our cousin secret Santa exchange, and I was talking to my aunt, her mom, and I was like, what does she want for Christmas? And she goes, she doesn't want anything. I don't know what this child is into right now. And I was like, great. So I have no idea what I'm getting her for Secret Santa.
Fun.
I think for Secret Santa, though, whoever got me is getting me a electric kettle for, like, water for my dorm next year.
Oh, nice.
Because I was like, I need an electric kettle or cash.
Fun.
Yeah. But yeah, how was your thanks of giving? Giving of thanks.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because it's...
Oh, that's a pleasant way to start that conversation.
As
bad as I thought.
Thanksgiving isn't my favorite, and I've talked about this.
Yeah,
because,
we've talked about this. Just hear those sleigh bells ringling.
Yeah, Christmas!
Ringling! I just said ringling.
Ringling. Good. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because, I got to hang out with the cousins that I see, like, every week. And we just...
That's weird names. Who names their kid and
No, actually, it's Shaylin, Peyton, and Jaden.
And apparently.
Leave me alone!
No!
But we just kind of chilled in the, we just chilled in one of the rooms upstairs and hid from controversial conversations.
Why is that the biggest mood?
And nobody really talked to us.
That sounds fantastic!
Yeah. Because we don't really talk to the other side of that family that much, and so we kind of just didn't. But it was good to hang out with them at least, because one of my cousins has been in college and I haven't seen her since August, so it was good.
Is that
to see her.
or Okay.
But yeah, it was actually it was decent.
Nice. We went small business Saturday shopping. And we didn't want to take any of the little kids. The youngest person that went was... Did Helen go? Can't remember if Helen... No, Helen didn't go. So the youngest person that went was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the littles came up to me and goes, but they said it was an adult trip. Why do you get to go? And I just looked at her and I go, I'm close enough. And they were just, like, completely ignoring that the 15-year-old got to go, but they were very intrigued with why I got to go. To be fair, these are the cousins that routinely tell me I'm their favorite, so...
Aww.
Yeah. We love some cousin love.
Yeah.
Get it? We love Cousin Love.
Yeah.
You know what else we love? Dogs. You know what dog we love the most? Sky_the_pirate on Instagram. Sky is SKYE. And while you're over on Instagram, you should check out the Perspective Z Instagram, which is
Perspective Z Pod.
You would really think I would know that by now.
Yeah. I also still have an audiogram to post still.
I know.
I'll post it today. And then people will be like, oh, this is when you posted it. I actually will. Oh, I totally forgot to do the listener survey. I'll do that today, too.
Uh-huh.
I'll do it. I'll get to it.
Oh, I love you.
It'd be like that
At least you're
sometimes.
honest with yourself. Like, I'll get to it eventually.
I just don't like setting deadlines for myself because I can't keep self-imposed deadlines because I know the person that made those deadlines and I don't trust them one bit.
I love you.
Also, like, a lot of people say that they give themselves, like, a reward if they do something, like...
No, I'll just give myself the reward anyway, because if I'm the one giving the reward, I know I have access to it.
Exactly. It's just, if you say that, oh, after I finish my homework, I will go get a cookie or something, I'm like, or could have a cookie now.
Yeah.
And I can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, no, you can't. So, like, thanks for everyone that tries to offer suggestions to our procrastinating. It doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
We're beyond help.
We are beyond saving at this point.
We love procrastination.
Hey, Rachel.
I don't know what that was. Hey, Katrina.
What's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing this week is procrastinating. No, my favorite thing this week is finding new my favorite thing this week is finding new creators on YouTube. And I only do that when I'm procrastinating, so...
I guess procrastination is always, in a way,
your
favorite
things.
Thing. Yeah.
Yes. So lately I have been watching Jessica Kent, who is a recovering addict. She went to prison, has a ton of criminal charges, but she uses her channel to show how she's turned her life around. But she has a ton of really interesting and crazy stories from her life when she was, still committing all of these crimes. They're so interesting to just listen to. I've been watching them way too much. And then, who else have I been watching lately? But I log on. I've been watching Tito and Cheeto, which are the raccoons. I've been watching Be the Village. Like, all these new channels keep popping into my subscriptions because I keep adding them because I don't want to do any work. Did I say that out loud? That. Yeah. What's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing this week is holiday prep because this week was filled with holiday type things because we went Christmas tree cutting on Saturday. And it was a lot of fun. It was really funny because my brother was playing Lost in the Woods from the Frozen 2 soundtrack while we were in the woods.
Love that.
It was a fun time. And we got all of our decorations out from the basement and we have lights on the tree. We haven't done ornaments yet. We need to this weekend, but I'm just super excited. I've been listening to a lot of Christmas music lately and it's just I love Christmas.
I know, I do too. It's the best. And, like, I get to spend Christmas, well, not Christmas Day. We're not doing Christmas Day in Disney because crowds. As if there's not going to be crowds the other days we go. We're doing Christmas Eve at Disney, I think. Christmas Eve, I don't know. We're going to parks 3 days. 2 days are going to be Disney. And then 1 day, don't worry, it's not my middle finger that I'm counting with. It's my,
ring finger.
Ring finger, thank you. And then we're doing 1 day at Universal Orlando and we're going to both Harry Potter worlds. So we're going the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th to parks. We haven't decided what parks we're going to when, though.
Wait, how are you doing? Are you going to all 4 of the Disney World parks? Okay.
We're only going to 2.
Magic Kingdom in Epcot?
No, we're going
Hollywood
to
Studios.
Hollywood Studios because Star Wars.
Yeah. Understandable. I was like, how do you fit 4 parks into 2 days?
You, with a 18-month-old baby, you don't.
Yeah.
It's gonna be her first time at Disney. I'm so excited. We were talking about today we have to go find a crew member or a cast member so we can get her a button that's like, my first time at Disney. And we're gonna get her Mickey ears with her name on them. I'm so excited to spoil this child.
Aww.
I'm a proud aunt, if you couldn't tell.
I can tell.
Yeah, and I, like, haven't bought her any Christmas presents because I'm kind of just planning on buying her stuff at Disney because that's, like, cooler. And she doesn't really need more toys, but this is a growing baby. She always needs more clothes.
Mm-hmm.
The only Christmas present that isn't really a Christmas present for her that I've gotten her is the ugly Christmas dress, and that's more for my sister than anything. Have I told the ugly Christmas dress on this podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I went to that holiday craft boutique thing with my mom a few weeks ago. Maybe a month ago? It was a month ago. Holy cow, that was a month ago! And my sister, Jessie, loves ugly Christmas sweaters. Like, has a weird obsession with them. And so we were walking through the, like, booths at this craft fair, and I saw the most hideous dress I've ever seen. It's like this... Here, I'll go get it and try and describe it for people that don't know. This is an audio-only podcast, but...
Wow, an audio-only podcast? Crazy.
Maybe I'll post a picture of it to our Instagram. Or I'll post a picture of her in it. I get to see her in less than 2 weeks.
Or we could post it to the Discord.
That too!
Which you can join if you go to patreon.com/perspective_Z. It's the $5 tier. And it's a really fun time. We have a lot of amazing people in there. We just have good conversations. Rachel yells at me a lot.
Yeah. If you think we talk about BuzzFeed quizzes a lot here, we have an entire channel just to take BuzzFeed quizzes and share your results. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. What stresses me out, though, is I'm like, I see the BuzzFeed quizzes that Rachel has taken already, and I'm like, oh, dang, we can't do that one on the podcast because she already did it. But
I think about that every time I take one.
But there are always new ones, so it's...
I sneezed. Thank you.
But there are always new ones to take, so it's not that hard to find new ones.
So it's like a red snowflake fabric.
Oh my gosh.
It's got a Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree is, like, made of ribbon or something, or, like, a chiffon thing. I don't know. And then it's got, like, a tulle skirt at the bottom and tulle on the, like, wrists. It's so hideous. And when I was checking out, the lady was like, isn't this just such a cute dress? Oh, it's one of my favorites that we have in stock right now. And I was like, sure. Definitely not buying this for the meme, but yeah, no, it's hideous, and I love it so much. And it's gonna be too big for Harper, because it's an extra small, which is 1 to 2 years, and she's, like, barely in 9-month clothes as an 18-month-old. Because you have to remember, she was a teeny tiny preemie.
NICU, baby.
My NICU, baby. But I'm so excited to just make her wear this, and my sister is excited for it, too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was like, I texted her a picture of it, and I was like, does Harper need an ugly Christmas dress? And she goes, yes! That's where we're at.
She's gonna look at pictures of this when she's older and be like, what were you thinking?
I mean, well, and the thing is, I think we're gonna make her wear it not on Christmas Day. Like, I think they have a different outfit planned for her Christmas Day. Even though it's not her first Christmas, so who cares? I think she should wear the ugly Christmas dress. But, like, I don't know when we're gonna make her wear it. I'm just excited for all the pictures. Because, like, we're going places every day while we're in Florida. Even on Christmas Day, we're going to, like, a Dolly Parton Dixie Stampede-like thing, but it's medieval times instead.
Oh, nice.
We're going to that for dinner. My mom cracked me up. She was like, do we want to do 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock p.m.? And I was like, we will have a toddler with us. 5.
We are not keeping a toddler out that late.
No, because it's like a 2-hour show. So it would be 10 o'clock before the show is even over. And then we still have to get back to our townhouse that we're, like, Airbnb-ing and get the kid to bed. Like, that would be a mess. And then we're going to a park the next day. It would be too much for her. This already is going to be too much for her. We can't throw that on top of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to have to build in, lots of quality downtime. Hey, Katrina, what's your favorite song this week? I got off on a big old tangent.
My favorite song this week is Adore You by Harry Styles, because I'm a Harry Styles fan, I guess, now. Well, I always have been, because One Direction.
Heartthrob,
yeah. But...
Don't they have a song called Heartthrob? Or is that 5 Seconds of Summer?
I think that's 5 Sauce. But... yeah, he just released it, I think, 2 days ago, as of recording. So this week, as of posting, because I'm not gonna do that math, but it's a really good song. I just like the vibe of his music.
Yeah, I feel that.
And all the songs on his new album that he's released so far are, like, really good, and I'm really pumped to see the album. And my cousin said she'd sneak me into the Harry Styles concert because she got tickets, and she's just gonna bring, like, a large bag, and they're gonna be like, what? And I'm just gonna be in there like, hey.
No, you need to use a Hermione Granger bag with the undetectable extension charm.
Oh, yes.
I'm a nerd for knowing that.
You act like I'm not.
That's true.
What's your favorite song this week, Rachel?
My favorite song this week was on my Spotify Wrapped. It was My Shot by the Hamilton cast. So good. And, like, I'm hearing back from my college soon, my top college. So, like, this episode posting, I will have 6 days until I hear back. Next episode posting, I will have heard back, but we are recording ahead of time. So, it'll be 2 weeks after I hear back until I even mention it.
Wait,
again.
so when do you hear?
December 15th.
So,
which is a Sunday.
And that's the one day that we're not recording early.
So I'll know on the 16th, but the episode we're recording on the 16th doesn't go up until the 30th.
Yeah, because we're recording extra early because of Rachel's
Me going
trip
to Florida.
So, oh boy, asking for listener questions is gonna be a trip.
Well, we won't need them for the episode we're recording on the 14th. Anyway, that's not relevant, at this moment. So Spotify Rewind.
Spotify Wrapped.
Spotify Wrapped.
We're talking about Rewind later. But, yeah, let's talk about Spotify Wrapped. Do you have, like, do you want to just talk about the playlist, or do you want to talk about the whole slideshow thing they put up, or what?
Let's talk whole slideshow. Let me pull mine up. I just tried to pull it up on our Perspective Z account, and it didn't work.
It was like,
Spotify. I hate that I just did that accent.
Spot. I'm gonna
We were talking about British accents at work last night. Excuse me, I burped. And everyone else's sucked, but mine was actually decent. In my own opinion. My not so humble opinion. Okay. Let's start out. Who was your top artist this year?
So we're skipping all your sound changes changed with the seasons.
I forgot that it plays music, and so it played music really loudly in my face. Oh. Let's just go ahead and mute the site. I mean, yeah, no, let's go through that. So, in 2019, my sounds changed with the seasons. Did yours?
Yes, mine did too. Crazy.
In winter, I listened to AJR, One Republic, and this dude that I don't even know who he is.
This dude.
In spring, I listened to, like, All Country and Jonas Brothers. Which, yeah. Summer, it was Hamilton, Bastille, and Bastille. 3 different albums.
Are we
And
shocked?
no. And in fall, I listened to Post Malone, Bastille, and Louis Capaldi. Louis Capaldi? Yeah. What about you?
All right, for winter, mine was Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, and Welcome to Night Vale, because that was when we listened to the audiobook, and then I started listening to the podcast, but I never got caught up. I was like, hey, I should actually listen to this, and then school happened, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm really... No, haven't listened to it. Sorry, Ethan.
And then spring, I listened to Aiden Gallagher, Billie Eilish again, Danny Gonzalez, and Perspective Z.
Aww! I don't think I made our podcast list. Or, I don't think we made my podcast list.
Yeah, I think it might have been... Because I don't think I use Spotify as much as I think I do to listen to podcasts, because I listen to podcasts, but, like, it said that I only listen to, like, 4 podcasts, and I definitely listen to more than that. So...
I usually use Google Play for, podcasts.
Yeah. I sometimes use Podbean. I use Spotify sometimes. Anyway, I'll continue. So, summer, I listened to Ariana Grande again. I think that's a band that my cousin introduced me to. I can't think of the name right now. But Teenager Therapy was the podcast that I listened to the most in the summer. And then fall, Ariana Grande, Panic at the Disco, and Billie Eilish again. Which Billie Eilish, like, kept popping up, and I didn't think that I listened to her that much this year. Like, I listened to her a lot, obviously, because she got her album out, but then, like, yeah.
Alright, so that was your seasons. Who's your top artist?
Billie Eilish.
Okay, that's what I kind of thought it would be.
Yeah. Which, I don't... Because I know that I listened to her music a lot because she released the album, and I was like, oh, I have to listen to, like, all of it, and then, like, re-listen to all of her other albums. But then I feel like I branched out a little more as the year, like, continued, but then it was still like, oh, Billie Eilish is your number one, and I'm like, I mean, not that because I like Billie, but, like, I feel like I branched out a little bit more than that. I just,
It's
I'll
okay.
talk about
I
this.
Initially, when I got my first artist, my artist of the year, I was like, there's no way this is accurate. I hardly listened to them. And then I remembered the 2-month stretch I went through of only listening to Bastille songs. But I was like, oh
yeah. But Bastille is your number one artist? I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, hush. So next up, total top artists. Number 2 was Jonas Brothers. Number 3 was original Broadway cast of Hamilton. Number 4 was Leslie Odom Jr., which again, Hamilton. And Lin-Manuel Miranda, which again, Hamilton.
Alright, my number 2 artist was Ariana Grande. My number 3 artist was Danny Gonzalez. Number 4 was Panic at the Disco. And number 5 was One Direction.
I love. Did you get the World Citizen page? So I listened to artists from 34 countries, but it only showed me like 3. It was like United States, Canada, and the UK, and I was like, wow, I could have predicted that one.
Yeah, I listened to artists from 16 countries, and I had United States, UK, and Australia, and Barbados, because Rihanna. And Canada, because Carly Rae Jepsen. Anyway.
Were you gender fluid this year? Or genre?
I was
genre fluid!
I was like, I didn't think that was one of the... but yes, I was genre fluid.
What, go lowest to highest. Where yours fell.
So it goes Does everybody have the same, like, thing where it's, like, it's the 4 going up and then the 1 on the
I think
end
so.
is, like... Okay, so the lowest is dance pop. And then the next one is rock. And then the one on the side is show tunes. And then there's pop punk, and then pop is my highest.
I have rap, modern rock. My one on the side is also show tunes. And then I have contemporary country and pop, which I think is pretty accurate.
Yeah. I feel like mine's pretty accurate too, because I feel like because I have a variety of music that I listen to, but most of it kind of falls into the pop rock like category.
I'm dying. So the next slide is you loved these songs the most. And they put the album cover. And my top 10 songs were all Bastille songs from their album Doom Days.
Oh
so it's
gosh.
literally just 10 pictures of Doom Days.
So what were your top 10 songs?
Quarter Past Midnight, Another Place, 4 a.m., Divide, Bad Decisions, Joy, Doom Days, The Waves, Those Nights, and Nocturnal Creatures. All by Bastille on the Doom Days album.
What?
I don't have a problem, it's fine. What about you?
So I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with some of these, but I'll talk about the ones that I disagree with on after I go through all of them. But my number one was Bellyache by Billie Eilish, which okay. Second was Walkman by Tiny Meat Gang. 3 was Break Up with Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored by Ariana Grande. 4 was Attention by Charlie Puth. 5 was Short King's Anthem by Black Bear and Tiny Meat Gang. 6 was Ocean Eyes Gold House Remix by Billie Eilish and Gold House. And then 7 was I Don't Want to Be You Anymore by Billie Eilish. 8 was Somebody That I Used to Know by... What are you laughing at?
Nothing!
By... I don't know how to pronounce it. Gati?
Sure.
Featuring Kimbra. And 9 was Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish. And then 10 was Blue Neon Club Version by Aiden Gallagher. And I honestly don't agree with like most of this. I think it might have been because I would like listen to my cousin's playlist in the background and I didn't necessarily like focus on the songs. And I think like Bellyache and Attention by Charlie Puth, I know I had like repeated on albums a couple times because like I was putting a lot of albums together this year. That was kind of my New Year's resolution playlist. Yeah, sorry. I was putting a lot of playlists together because that was kind of one of my New Year's resolutions, is to branch out more with my music because I was disappointed with my Spotify Wrapped last year. But I think when I was putting those playlists together, I like added Bellyache and Attention multiple times, and so they thought that I just really liked those songs, so they put them up there. And
clearly,
yeah, I listened to my cousin's playlist a lot this year because I'm noticing that like not necessarily all of these, but most of them were my cousins, so
nice.
All right. What's the next one?
Top podcasts of 2019.
What were your top podcasts?
The first one was Sleep With Me, Welcome to Night Vale, College Info Geek Podcast, Study Tips and Tricks, and TED Talks Daily.
My top ones were Bacon and Eggs, a movie lovers podcast, Welcome to Night Vale, Teenager Therapy, and Perspective Z.
Nice. So how many minutes did you spend listening to podcasts?
See, this is where I was kind of confused because I was like, I feel like I use Spotify more than this for podcasts,
Spotify
but I guess
You feel like you use Spotify more than Spotify thinks you use Spotify.
Yeah, because it said I spent 297 minutes listening to podcasts this year, and I'm like, that's only like
3 episodes.
I know, I was like...
1 if it's bacon and eggs, I mean...
Yeah. Love you, Tyler and Ethan.
So I spent 3,616 minutes listening to podcasts this year because Sleep With Me is something
Way to flex.
Thanks. I just put Sleep With Me on while I'm, like, falling asleep, so it'll play 2 episodes at night before it stops. And they're like hour and a half, 2-hour episodes. All right. So next up is a thank you screen. Oh, mine is a thank you screen because I'm premium.
Yeah,
go me.
Me too.
I discovered 448 new artists this year.
Crazy.
But I really vibed with Lewis Capaldi.
I discovered 157 new artists, and I think I just like listened to all of those artists, like all of their songs. But I really vibed with Danny Gonzalez.
Oh my gosh.
This is really hilarious because if you're not aware, Danny Gonzalez is like a comedy YouTuber that makes like comedy songs and
parodies and stuff.
Yeah, parodies and stuff like that. So the fact that he was my like, you really vibed with Danny Gonzalez, that's just really funny to me.
Okay, so how many minutes did you listen to this year?
Way more than last year because I know
I had the opposite effect. I
Really?
listened to about half of what I listened to last year, apparently.
So do you want to go through, like, how many years do you have on here?
I just have 2.
Okay, so what was last year and what was this year?
Last year was 41,950 minutes. This year was 20,650 minutes. What about you?
Mine, like, doubled every year because I have it since 2016, but
Okay.
I, like, didn't use it 2016 and 2017. So 2016 was 1,604 minutes.
LOL.
20
That's like one episode of Bacon and Eggs, maybe 2. Love you guys. Anyway.
2017 was 3,104 minutes. 2018 was 7,506 minutes, which you roasted me for. You were like, you only listened to this much music. And then this year was 17,219 minutes.
So even though mine was cut in half, I still listened to more than you. Ha ha!
I mean, I think mine's grown, like, exponentially.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, it's actually doubled every single time because 1.6 thousand to 3.1 thousand to 7.5 thousand to 15.2 thousand.
Yeah. So the music that defined my decade, since I only have 2 years, last year my top song was Check Yes Juliet, and my top artist was original Broadway cast of Hamilton. This year, you already know, my top song was Quarter Past Midnight with Bastille. What about you?
2016, my top song was Can't Stop the Feeling from the Trolls soundtrack.
Wait, that movie came out in 2016?
Yep.
I'm uncomfortable with that.
And my top artist for 2016 was Lindsay Sterling.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know Katrina plays the violin?
Wow, crazy. And I actually practiced this week, too.
I know. I was sent proof.
Yep. You were sent proof that I even have a violin in my... I didn't bring it home this weekend because I knew I wasn't going to practice. But 2017, my top song was How Far I'll Go from Moana. And my top artist was... How do you pronounce her name? I don't want to screw it up. The girl
Say
that
it and I'll
played
fix it.
Moana.
Oh, I have no idea. Also, I'm uncomfortable with the fact that Moana came out in 2017.
I know. Like, what? And
We're
then...
old.
2018, my top song was High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, and my top artist was original Broadway cast of Hamilton, and 2019, top song was Bellyache, and top artist was Billie Eilish.
My artist of the decade is original Broadway cast of Hamilton.
Good. Mine was Billie Eilish, because apparently that's all I listened to. Which, not necessarily agreeing with, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that last year my top songs were Back to You, My Shot, Alexander Hamilton, She Sets the City on Fire, and Check Yes Juliet, and this year it's all Bastille. Like, that's a variety of songs, and this is like Quarter Past Midnight, Another Place, 4 a.m., Divide, Bad Decisions. So that's a thing. Alright, so that is Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah. Which we spent a lot of time
So
talking
much time.
about.
I know, I looked at the time and I was like, well, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we still have
most of the document to get through.
Yeah, but well, maybe this will just be an extra long episode.
Ooh.
Special.
All right, so what else should we talk about? Can we talk about YouTube trending?
Yeah, let's talk about YouTube trending, because literally most of what was trending was stuff pertaining to YouTube Rewind, trailers, which we don't talk about because Rachel doesn't watch trailers, and
True.
Music videos. And we're not talking about YouTube Rewind until we get to listener questions, because we got a listener question about what we thought about Rewind, so stay tuned for that. But the two videos that I chose to talk about for YouTube trending, the first of which was Billie Eilish's directorial debut for her music video for her song Zanny, which I thought was really cool, because like there was something that I saw, because I follow her on Twitter, so I saw like a lot of people talking about it, and so a lot of people brought up this interview where she said that the one thing that she really hopes she's able to do is direct her own videos. And so the fact that this was her directorial debut was like a really big deal for a lot of people.
Okay, can I just say, one of the people trending, like one of the videos trending, is James Charles, Puppy Picks My Makeup, and I know he's canceled, but his dog is really cute. Like, I haven't watched any of his videos because I'm not giving him the views, but like I'm just looking at this dog and I'm in love. It's a fluffy white lab.
Yeah, my cousin watched the video where he got the dog, and it was kind of very obvious that he was using the dog for the purpose of like, oh, he has a, like, I may not like James Charles, but at least his dog is cute. It was very obvious that was kind of the reason why he was getting his dog, but like,
which is why I won't watch it. Oh, you know what isn't trending but should be is the Vlogbrothers Project for Awesome stream, which is happening today, like right now.
That's super, like, I would tell you to go watch it, but it's not going to be going on by the time this is posted.
You do still have the chance to go donate, which you should do at projectforawesome.com.
Yeah.
Which will still be up and running. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then
Jenna Marbles.
Yeah. I saw this video and I was like, it's a dog's thing, so I have to do it basically. But Jenna Marbles made a advent calendar for her dogs.
Naturally.
And it was one of the like wooden ones that was shaped like a tree, and I have one that's like exactly like that downstairs.
That's awesome. Mine is like a cloth one with pockets.
Oh, nice. And yeah. I know that there are some people that do the cardboard ones that have all the chocolates in them. I did that. I think I did that more when it was elementary school.
Same.
But we still did the like tree that we have too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like when we were younger, we got extra candy.
Yeah, but now we just get... Now that we're older, we don't get things.
Which is such a privileged thing to say. But yeah, advent calendar.
Alright, so, I just thought this was really cool because Jenna and her... I don't know if they're dating, honestly, but, they both made advent calendars because Jenna has a lot of dogs, and so they had to make separate ones for like the ones that couldn't eat certain things and the ones that like hadn't had their teeth growing in yet. I'm not really sure. She mentioned it in the video, so if you want to check that out, that'll be in the description. But it was really interesting to see because Jenna made hers all like Christmassy and all tinseled and everything, and then her I don't want to say that it's her boyfriend if it's not, but like Rachel, do you know if the person in this Jenna Marbles video, does she have a boyfriend?
I have no idea. Jenna Marbles is Jenna Marbles.
Yeah, I don't watch her, but she was saying that I think they might be, but he made one that looked like a pizza. Cuz I think he's Jewish.
I love that.
Because
not that
Jenna
he
went,
I mean, sure, I love that he's Jewish. I love all people.
yeah, but
you know what I mean.
yeah, Jenna made hers all Christmassy, and then he just made a pizza one, and I was like, honestly, mood. Except, like, I love Christmas, so not necessarily mood,
I know.
But yeah.
Twitter trending.
Twitter trending. There was things trending. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water.
Thank you.
So
glad you could tell me that one.
But one of the Twitter moments that was trending is, what are the most memorable moments from the past decade? And scrolling through this thread, like, seeing, like, all of these things that happened this year, like, the white and gold and blue and black dress was this decade.
Holy
And that was, like, it feels like so long ago.
Gangnam Style was this decade.
Oh my gosh.
Someone said I aged 10 years.
Mood. I was 6 at the beginning of this decade. That's wild.
I was 7.
17 minus 10
7.
is... But yeah, I thought it was really cool just to, like, go through all of the things that people thought about when they think about this decade, like, especially, like, all the people that unfortunately passed away and everything. Because Robin Williams was this decade.
Oh, it's too soon to talk about it. Well, so every time someone says the word decade, I get this flashback of the most cringy thing in the world. It was my pastor at our old church's 50th birthday, and my mom told me to go up to him and say there was no way he could be half a century old, but I said half a decade. I was like, there's no way you look half a decade old. You're too young. He goes, thanks, Rachel.
You look like you're 5 years old.
Technically, I said he looked younger than 5.
You are an infant.
So yeah, that's what flashes through my head.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Quality moments in life. And then,
then
Frozen's Olaf.
Yeah, Frozen's Olaf. Apparently he's a little taller than people expected, which a lot of people are thrown off by because apparently it must be in the, like, new Frozen movie. I'm not sure. I can't really think of anything, but apparently, like, a kid gives him, like, a ruler or something, and so it kind of, like, gives away his height. But basically Olaf is 5'4", according to this, and so that makes everybody else in the movie, like, freakishly tall, like 11 feet tall. Like, Elsa is 11 feet if Olaf is 5 feet.
But also, he measured himself, and if you Google Elsa's height, she's 5'7", and Anna is 5'3". So, Olaf doesn't know how to use a ruler.
Yeah. It's just really funny to see people's reaction. They're like, so apparently Olaf is taller than me?
Yeah, he's taller
also,
than
people...
me.
Yeah, people brought up the fact that Peppa Pig is 7 feet tall.
Yeah, listen.
So
Someone said new height measurement scale is shorter than Olaf or taller than Olaf. I'm shorter than Olaf.
I'm taller. But I figured that we already knew that.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, you're so tall. Like, as soon as I meet people in person, they're like, wow, you're taller than I thought. And I'm like, wow, never heard that before.
Literally,
Thank
oh my gosh.
you.
I was, like, biting my cheek to keep from crying. I wasn't even thinking about your height. I was like, I finally see my best friend.
Oh.
And I don't cry, you know this.
I know.
Okay.
I do.
Before Katrina starts crying, the lovely Hufflepuff that she
Too
is,
late.
3, 2, 1, and there it is. She's got it. The scarf.
Yeah. It took a little bit longer than normal because I was organizing my scarves and everything, and so it was farther than the top, but it's still here.
Alright, to keep Katrina from crying too much, too much, we should answer some listener questions because your brother asked way more than normal.
Yep. So, at SuperZanQ, his first question is it possible to destroy the impossible orange?
Do you know what orange juice is?
What happens if you drink the impossible orange juice?
I don't think you should drink it. I don't think that's healthy.
Fair.
Alright, so his next question is, why is you... did I scream in the last episode or something to make him ask that? I mean, I was told I screamed in the last episode. It's very likely. I scream a lot. I am because school is stressful. Becoming an adult is stressful. Hearing back from colleges is stressful.
Stress is why we are... I wouldn't actually scream into the... I mean, I have actually screamed in the microphone when I got Panda Bear in that one BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah. My ears really
sorry.
hurt. What's his next question?
His next question is, have you heard of Drum Corps International, or DCI?
Did you just say corpse?
Yes.
Katrina?
Corpse. What?
It's core. CORPS is core.
I didn't know that. It's like Colonel and Colonel. I called it Colonel for the longest time, and then in 8th grade somebody was like, you know it's Colonel, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, obviously.
Doing it for the meme, haha, got you.
Doing it for the meme, haha, got him.
Yeah, I have heard of DCI. I actually have a friend who has done like workshops with them and stuff.
I have heard of them because of my family, because my family is a bunch of band
music nerds.
Yeah.
All right, and
my dad was a drum major for his marching band. My brother is in the marching band, and my mom was in the color guard for the marching band. So I'm the outlier here.
I was like, you're the disgrace of the family is what I'm hearing.
I'm the disgrace by playing the violin. They're like, how dare you? You can't march with a violin, but Lindsey Sterling said, fight me.
Love that.
I'm playing the Lindsey Sterling song, though. This concert for next week, which hopefully should be decent.
Best of luck to you.
Alright. Thank you.
Alright, so Super Zan Q's last question is, what is the best color of Yoda? Baby!
Baby!
I literally haven't even watched The Mandalorian. But I know that Baby Yoda is the best.
I only watched The Mandalorian for Baby Yoda.
Baby must be protected at all costs.
Have you seen the Twitter account that has done an edit with a clip of the from The Mandalorian where Baby Yoda's pushing a bunch of buttons and it just acts like he's turning on the radio for certain songs and the Mandalorian's like, stop touching things. That is one of my favorite things ever, because it's just like playing a bunch of Christmas music and the Mandalorian's like, stop it. And he's like, and then it gets to where the beat drops and it's like,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's our next question?
Our next question is from Emily Hoffman, and she asks, what's your favorite show on Disney Plus? Are we talking exclusively on Disney Plus, or are we talking like...
I think we're talking Disney Plus originals.
Then High School Musical, the series.
I was gonna say High School Musical, the series.
Yeah. Which I haven't watched the newest episode yet, but I really need to.
I have. It's not as great as last week's.
Aw, dang.
It's like fine.
Last week's
but it's kind of stupid. Last week's was fantastic.
Yeah, last week's was fantastic. We all just jumped into the spoiler place and we were like, hey, let's talk about it.
I have thoughts, I have opinions, but this is not the time nor is it the place. You know the perfect time and place? Perspective Z Discord. Join by going to patreon.com/perspective_Z and hit that $5 tier.
And we can talk about it all you want because we like avoiding spoilers. We should probably make a spoiler channel.
I was thinking about that. It's fine.
I mean, we don't necessarily cover pop culture, but like...
Really, Perspective Z that gives perspective on what's happening in the world right now doesn't cover pop culture?
Yeah, but it's... I mean, it's not necessarily, like... Because the other Discords I'm in are Super Carlin Brothers and Bacon and Eggs, and those are more focused on, like, movies and TV and spoilers and stuff, but, like...
Yeah.
I guess we can confer later.
Yes. At Kane_I asks, what do you think about the impeachment? I think we've had this question, and we both expected it. Like,
yeah.
At this point,
ever since, like, yeah.
Continue.
Ever since he got elected, a lot of people have been angry, and I've been getting a lot of ads on YouTube where it's like, ever since he was, like, elected, and
inaugurated,
that's the word, but
ever since he was elected, like,
I didn't know what the word was. I was like, I don't politics, but but ever since he came into office, I've been getting a lot of ads everywhere where it's like, it's time to impeach Donald Trump. And I'm like...
You've been saying that for years.
Anyway,
yeah. At this point, it's kind of just white noise. I get, little briefings. Brief things from New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Alright. Next question is from at Dragonlance447, and they ask, have y'all seen Frozen 2, and if so, what did you think?
I loved it.
Which you have seen it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. I don't think we have
talk
time this episode. We're already running
spoilers.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Yeah. It was geared directly towards like our age group, and it hit. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, it hit all the right spots.
Yeah. It was really
emotional.
That's going into spoilers, and I'm not gonna. Yeah, it was really emotional. I definitely cried, which isn't saying much because, hello,
you cried a lot.
Yeah, but basically, I liked it.
If you haven't gone and watched it, you need to.
Yeah, it's gonna be like interesting to see how they go about when they're gonna put it on Disney Plus, because like you want to put it out like earlier since we're paying for it technically, but like I don't know. I
know I came out of the theater and I was like, when do we get it?
Yeah, I'm excited for it to come out because I'm not gonna see it in the theater again because I saw it twice.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen it twice yet, but I'm like, I need to go see it again.
What did you think about the soundtrack? Going as spoiler free as possible.
Okay, so I think the songs were really good, but when I was watching the movie, they kind of just took me out. Like, Kristoff's song. I didn't vibe with it in the movie, but I think the song is good. But I've heard that changes the second time you watch it, like you vibe with it more.
Yeah, because when you're expecting it, then you're able to like
appreciate
it more. Yeah. I feel like the songs in this movie compared to the original Frozen, I feel like the songs kind of focus more on what's going on in the story, so it's not necessarily something you can just like play. Like, Let It Go focused on the story, but like you could still
if you think I don't just listen to the music on a regular basis, you're kidding yourself.
Oh, I for sure will, but I feel like this one more than the other one focuses more on like what's actually going on in the story and everything.
I agree with that, and I actually really liked that. It felt more like
Yeah.
a musical than just like a Disney show.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on Frozen 2. Our last question is also from Dragonlance447, and they said, do you have any thoughts about this year's YouTube Rewind? I can't talk. Yeah, I thought it was actually pretty good. Like, I liked it. You didn't?
It wasn't my... See... Here's the thing. So, also 447 also put 2 videos underneath this. One of them is Hank Green's video talking about how he liked it this year, and then the one below that is Jax Films' version of what he thinks YouTube Rewind should have been. And I think while I'm talking, you should watch that one if you haven't, Rachel, because...
I will watch it later. I can't focus on that and recording at the same time.
Okay. It's... So, basically, this year's Rewind was very different in its format because it was focusing more on the statistics of everything and, not necessarily, the whole, like, YouTube Rewind being the biggest collaboration thing, which was new. And I think part of the reason why a lot of people don't like it, like, I can definitely say that it wasn't my favorite format. It's not something that I would get excited for, because if it's just statistics and you can just, like, look it up online, then it's kind of like, because part of the reason why I got excited to see YouTube Rewind every year was to, like, kind of play Where's Waldo and find, like, all the YouTubers where you, like, the YouTubers that you know, and you're like, oh, I found this person, like, all the people in the background and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, understandable based on how last year's was perceived that they wanted to change. But it was kind of disappointing, and I don't think if they're gonna continue this format, I don't think I'll get as excited for it, because it was focusing more on the statistics and not necessarily more of the, like, meme culture, because as Jax Films talks about in his video, like, there were no GIF-able moments, and it wasn't necessarily very memorable, which I think was part of the charm of it. Like, even if it was cringy, like, you kind of expected the cringe and kind of, like, wanted to look at what happened during the year. But then again, in Hank Green's video where he talks about how this format kind of shows that YouTube kind of knows that it's not a huge community anymore, because, like, in the early years of YouTube was more of a community-based thing, and then you knew all of the creators and you knew everything. But since it's gotten so large, and since it's more of a, like, platform where people just post things, and it's not necessarily, like, YouTubers have communities, but it's not necessarily that YouTube itself is a big community.
Right.
But he said that that's more YouTube being more self-aware and focusing more on the statistics as they are a company and not necessarily a community anymore, which I thought, like, kind of added a bit more perspective. Wow.
Ayo.
'Cause my first impressions on it was I thought it was really boring. Like, it was really cool to see, like, what was the top of everything and what like, especially the international things, like, you got to see all of the YouTubers that were the first ones to hit milestones in their country and everything, and that was, like, super cool.
You know what shocked me?
What?
BuzzFeed's Kelsey MPK, the 100 Baby Challenge didn't make the... Like, I was legitimately shocked that it didn't make it.
Yeah, because they talked about, like, all the other corporations, and BuzzFeed is definitely a corporation that posts on YouTube quite frequently, but I was surprised that BuzzFeed wasn't, like, at least mentioned.
Right.
But it was... I just think the formatting was different, and I'm not sure how I felt about it, because I understand that it was YouTube, like, being more self-aware and being like, oh, we're not a community anymore, but that kind of makes me sad, because YouTube Rewind, even no matter how cringy it was something I looked forward to, like, even if it was just for the meme. But, like, I don't know.
So, I see what you're saying, but I heavily disagree. But I am also a person that I love those stats. I look forward to the Google, like a year of Google or whatever, Google searches, I can't remember what it's called, every year, because it shows, like, what people searched and what they wanted to watch and all of that kind of thing. And, like, I think the YouTube Rewind this year, was more human, if that makes sense. Like, it was... They didn't make some big elaborate sketch in which all these crazy things happened. They just kind of, like, they took the viewers' consideration. They took the viewers into consideration and made it more about the viewer and less about the creator, if that makes sense. Because, like, every day on YouTube, it's about the creator. But I think the YouTube Rewind was like, yes, we have all of these fantastic creators, but we also have fantastic viewers that make this possible. So I really appreciated it.
That's super understandable. I think it's just, it might be, like, a difference of opinion, because, like, there are a lot of people that don't really care about the statistics. Like, right. I think statistics are fun, like, in certain places. I'm not necessarily, like, sure. There are some statistics I care about, and then there are some where I'm just like, okay, cool. I don't really, my life doesn't change because of this. But it was, yeah, it's just kind of, I'm trying to form what I'm trying to say, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
And I saw a comment, not necessarily on the video, I don't remember where I saw it, but somebody was saying that it'd be interesting to see if YouTube did something more like Spotify does, where it's more personalized.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, because Spotify does the, like, year in review, like, Spotify especially Wrapped. They do the Spotify Wrapped. Like, they don't only do the personalized things, because they make playlists of all the things, like, the top artists of the year, too. So I thought it would be interesting if they did something like that, but I'm not really sure if that is something that if YouTube would do that, or if that would be, like, too, like...
I think that would be too Spotify.
At what point is it copying? Yeah. But it was an interesting idea. But yeah.
Katrina!
Yes, Rachel?
Can it be time for our favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes, it can.
Yay! That's my favorite segment on this podcast.
Wow, crazy.
What quiz are we taking this week?
The quiz we're taking this week is pick a Disney movie from each decade, and we'll reveal which underrated Disney character you are.
First question is, pick a short film or movie from the 1930s. Silly Symphony's Flowers and Trees, Silly Symphony, The Tortoise and the Hare, Mickey Mouse Clock Cleaners, The Old Mill, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, or Ferdinand the Bull. I'm gonna say Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, because I'm pretty sure that's the only one of these I've seen.
Yeah, me too. I was like, like, I might have seen them when I was younger, but I don't think they're as memorable as Snow White, which was the first, like, feature film. Anyway, the next question is pick a movie from the 1940s. Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, The Reluctant Dragon, Bambi, The Three Caballeros, Miracle on 34th Street, Melody Time, or The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
So, fun fact, still have never seen Miracle on 34th Street.
I don't think I have either.
My favorite of all of these is Bambi. I loved Bambi when I was little. I still do.
I'm gonna go with Fantasia.
It's
kind of...
Continue.
it's kind of something that, like, it's because it's more based on the music and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it still has a storyline and everything, but it's something that my family watched a lot, and so it's something that, like, one of the things that happens in it is, like, because I think this is Fantasia, but he's dreaming, and he's like, this is my dream, and that's something that, like, my parents told me to do when I was having a nightmare when I was, like, really little.
Mm-hmm.
Is, you remember in Fantasia when Mickey said, this is my dream? That's what you say when you have something that you don't like in your dream. You just say, this is my dream, and then the bad things will go away. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Alright.
I picked Fantasia.
I was deciding between Dumbo and Fantasia, and then I remembered, as cute as Dumbo is, like, that movie is creepy.
True.
Like, there are scenes
I haven't seen it in forever, though.
Yeah. I think if it was re-released today, not the, like, new Dumbo, but, like, the original Dumbo, parents would throw a fit, and Karens would be like, I thought this was a happy movie about an elephant! Kind of like they were when Jurassic World came out. Even though there were already, however many movies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pick a movie from the 1950s. Cinderella, Treasure Island, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Lady and the Tramp, Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier, or Old Yeller, or Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty is really dark, though.
It is.
Like, I haven't watched it in a while, but I thought about it, and I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, like, super dark. I'm gonna pick Peter Pan. Shocking, I know I didn't pick the dog movies, but in Old Yeller, the dog dies. Not watching that. Spoiler for a movie that was released, 60, almost 70 years ago. And Lady and the Tramp, I don't know. I don't really like Cocker Spaniels. I just think they always look kind of stuck up. So I picked Peter Pan. What did you pick?
I picked Cinderella because...
Basic.
Wow, okay. I just like the story. It's so pretty.
Okay. What's next?
All right, next is pick a movie from the 1960s. The Sign of Zorro, Swiss Family Robinson, 101 Dalmatians, the Absent-Minded Professor, The Sword and the Stone, Mary Poppins, The Sound of Music, The Jungle Book, or The Love Bug.
So many good things came out. Literally.
Julie Andrews being the queen that she is.
Okay, I was in The Sound of Music, so I absolutely love The Sound of Music. I love Mary Poppins. And I love 101 Dalmatians.
I'm going with Mary Poppins if that changes anything.
I'll rule that one out then. Either 101... I gotta go 101 Dalmatians.
They're so cute.
Aren't they? Now, pick a movie from the 1970s. The Aristocats, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Robin Hood, Escape to Witch Mountain, Freaky Friday, The Rescuers, The Muppet Movie, Pete's Dragon, or Star Wars: A New Hope. Rescuers, 100%. I used to love that movie. That and The Great Mouse Detective.
It's been so long since I've seen, like, so many of these. I'm like...
Don't worry, the choices just keep getting harder.
Oh, good. I'm gonna have to go with Aristocats.
Alrighty, what's our next question?
Sorry. Pick a movie from the 1980s. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, The Fox and the Hound, Tron, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, The Black Cauldron, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Oliver and Company, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or The Little Mermaid. I think you know which one I picked.
You picked The Little Mermaid. I love Oliver and Company, but we named my last dog after Fox and the Hound. Her name was Copper. And she was, like, my whole wide world until she passed away 2 years ago. So, like, I have to pick that one. It's not a choice that I get to make.
Mm-hmm.
I still have her collar in the collection of my dad's things, like, in that same spot. Alright, so next up, 1990s, we have Beauty and the Beast, Newsies, Aladdin, Hocus Pocus, The Lion King, Santa Claus, Pocahontas, Toy Story, Hercules, Flubber, Mulan, or Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan?
I'm gonna have a breakdown.
I know. Mulan, Hercules, Pocahontas, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. I didn't like the original Aladdin, but I love the new Aladdin. I know. You love Aladdin, so that's like criminal for me to say. I get it. I know. I see the poster.
Man, the Santa Claus was really whack.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Like, talking about, like, killing Santa. And then all the elves are just, like, okay with it.
Mm-hmm. They're like, this is how it happened. What are you talking about?
But Newsies is so good.
Hercules, Beauty and the Beast.
I think the musical Newsies is better, though, so I'm not gonna pick that one.
Hey, Google, flip a coin. Alright, looks like I am going with Beauty and the Beast. Because Google told me to. Oh my gosh, it just keeps getting harder. Not that I'm looking ahead or anything.
I haven't even made this decision yet. Okay, in the picture for The Lion King, why do the parents look so sad?
They're scared he's gonna get dropped? I don't know.
Rafiki's just gonna yeet him off the cliff. I'm gonna have to go with Aladdin.
Wow, saw that one coming. Wait. Oh yeah, no, Aladdin was a choice. I was like, wait! I thought that was the last one. No, it's not.
Alright, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, pick a movie from the 2000s. Oh no. The Emperor's New Groove, Remember the Titans, Monsters, Inc., The Princess Diaries, Lilo and Stitch, Holes, The Lizzie McGuire Movie, Finding Nemo, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, The Incredibles, Sky High, and Up. Oh my god!
I told ya.
Oh.
I think my mind instantly goes to Emperor's New Groove, though, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Even though, you would not believe, I literally would throw a fit when I was little if Finding Nemo wasn't playing on repeat. But, like,
Any different now?
I think now I like Emperor's New Groove more. Probably because I watched Finding Nemo so much as a little kid. And I mean, like, I was 2. I was teeny tiny.
How do you, like, put The Princess Diaries as an option? Like, I'm choosing between 4.
It's okay, the next one you'll be choosing between all of them, which is 12, by the way.
I might cry. I'm gonna have to go with Lilo and Stitch.
That is not at all what I thought you would go with.
What did you think I would go with?
I thought you were going to go with Up or The Incredibles.
Those were 2 of the 4 that I was choosing between. It was The Princess Diaries, Lilo and Stitch, The Incredibles, and Up that I was trying to choose between.
Ready for this?
But no, I'm not. I am stalling.
Finally, pick a movie from the 2010s. Toy Story 3, Tangled, Brave, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Inside Out, Star Wars The Force Awakens, Zootopia, Moana, Coco, or Avengers Endgame. You cannot put Avengers Endgame in the mix. Like, that just isn't fair.
Okay, I'm gonna have to, like, rule out so many. I'm gonna cry.
Just because I didn't pick you doesn't mean I don't love you. We're getting a sticky note out to, like...
Oh, bet. Me too.
Well, because I know I'm gonna have to make Google pick. So I'm gonna
And so
assign
you
them
have to,
all
like...
numbers now, so it's fair.
Because Google knows which ones are in order, so if you write it down on the sticky note, they won't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because Google is biased, obviously.
Clearly. Literally, I still get mad about De La Cruz in Coco. Like, I think about it and I'm just upset.
Upset about what?
How terrible he was.
True.
And I was telling this to my mom and she was like, I don't get it. I don't get why you're so upset. And I was like, he is trash. Okay. Alright, now that I've written them down, I'm going to rule a few out. Because logic. I cut it down to 6. And now we're down to 5.
Let's see how many I cut it down to. I cut it to 7. Do you want to know what my 7 are?
Sure.
Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Inside Out, Moana, and Coco.
I said Tangled, Frozen, Zootopia, Moana, and Endgame. Alright, I've narrowed it down to 3. Google, pick a number between 1 and 3. Hey Google, pick a number between 1 and 3. 2. No, I don't agree with that. Sorry, Google. Hey Google, flip a coin. No, I don't agree with that. Okay. I picked Avengers Endgame.
Are we shocked?
No. I kind of figured that's what I would end up picking. But that's why I had Google tell me, because if it gave me results I wasn't happy with, I would know.
I can't physically or emotionally do this. These are all such good movies. You can't just, like, put them... I cried at, like, every single one of these. You can't not.
They can't not, so they have to.
You can't nada if you gotta.
Alright, so, I need a new co-host. Flexible scheduling is preferred.
Is that calling me out?
It's calling both of us out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go with instincts, and I'm so mad at myself for having to, like, no.
It's okay. What are you picking?
I can't decide.
If you were going with instinct, what are you picking?
I can't go with instinct. If I was going with instinct, I would pick 5 of the 6.
Oh, you narrowed it down 1. Proud of you.
Well, I had 7, and I'm still at 6.
I know. You narrowed it down 1.
I heard...
Katrina, I would like to be able to leave my room at some point today, and in order for that to happen, we have to finish recording. In order for us to finish recording...
I'll be able to make it.
You sure? Will I, though, is the question.
Yeah, okay.
Katrina, ask Google.
I'm working on it. I'm working on narrowing it down. No, I'm making myself cross things out. No, I love this movie. Stop it. Stop it.
Ask Google.
Okay, so it's... Hey, Google. Pick a number 1 through 4.
We're shocked. She narrowed it down 3.
I disagree.
Exactly. So now play again.
Hey, Google. Pick a number 1 through 3. I disagree, but I don't. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm really just telling it to pick a number so I can cross it out.
Uh-huh.
Like, eliminate one for me. Hey, Google. Flip a coin. But, no, I can't. Okay. I picked.
What'd you pick? Frozen?
Tangled.
Aww.
That was the hardest decision I've had to make in my life. Oh my gosh.
Alright, did you get a Disney character?
Yeah, what did you get?
I got Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Me too.
We didn't answer anything the same.
We did the first one, but that doesn't, like... Because none of us had seen any of the other ones except for Snow White.
Yeah. Alright, so the description
you
is...
Want to read it,
yeah,
or do you
I
want...
will. Your personality matches Esmeralda. You're passionate, protective, and sassy. True, true, and true. Like Esmeralda, you are free-spirited and you go wherever adventure leads you. You're strong and confident, duh, and you want to leave your mark on the world. Yes.
I feel like this describes you and not me.
Yeah. Do you need to go take it again?
Just go through all the decisions again, make this episode like 3 hours.
Okay, never mind.
What are the other responses that people got? Anastasia?
Megra from Hercules.
Meg? I want to be... but my personality doesn't match Meg's,
No, it really doesn't.
Kronk? I could have gotten Kronk. I feel like Kronk's description matches mine, though. Because the Kronk description is your personality matches Kronk. You're funny, selfless, and good-hearted. Like Kronk, you're someone your friends turn to when they need a good laugh. While you're more of a follower than a leader, you're not afraid to speak your mind if you have to. You love to make people happy.
Wow, that is you.
I know, like how Tadashi, oh my gosh. You're bright, caring, and supportive. Like Tadashi, you will do anything to protect your friends and family. While you often lead with your heart, your brain is your strongest asset. You're a leader. I mean, not the leader part, but like Milo from Atlantis.
Is there anything else we need to talk about this week other than your crisis that's about to come?
Jan from Tarzan. How did I not get any of these? Oh my god.
Did you just say Jan instead of Jane?
I said Jane.
You said Jan.
I'll fight you.
I'll win.
We already knew this. This isn't news, Rachel.
Oh, it's really not. This has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
And that's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles!